we commemorate today the memory of a great woman, the patroness of mothers, the patroness of married women, Saint Monica, the mother of Saint Augustine, whose memory we will celebrate tomorrow. I'd like to make the long story short about Monica because we can say many things about her. She deserves all our praise. She deserves our honor because she is a woman of persistence. She is a woman of perseverance. She is the type of woman who would not easily give up, who would not easily surrender. She is a woman of prayer, a woman close to God. According to her biography, the circumstances surrounding Monica's life could have made her a nagging wife. The circumstances of Monica's life could have made her a bitter daughter-in-law and a frustrated mother. But she did not give in to any of these temptations. Perhaps her experiences are more or less similar to the experiences of many mothers, many wives, many daughters-in-law. Why? Because her husband Patricius, to whom her parents gave her in marriage, was not an ideal husband. Aside from being a pagan, an unbeliever, and aside from being a man with a violent temper, Patricius was also licentious. And when you say that a person is licentious, he lived in loose living. He is lascivious. He always criticized Monica because of the latter's charity and because of the latter's piety. Monica had also to bear with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered and perverse mother-in-law who lived with them and was equally difficult to live with. Her mother-in-law proved a constant challenge to Monica, but through her patience and prayers, she was able to convert her husband and her mother-in-law to the Catholic faith. And after his conversion, Patricius died a year later after his baptism. According to her biography, Monica had at least 3 children who survived infancy. The first is Augustine, another is Navigius, and the third is Perpetua. Perpetua and Navigius entered the religious life, but the eldest child, Augustine, was more difficult to handle as she had to pray for Augustine for, believe it or not, this mother was praying for her son for 30 long years. 30 long years, begging the prayers of many people, begging the prayers of priests who for a while tried to avoid Monica because of her persistence at this seemingly hopeless behavior and endeavor. Augustine was an unbeliever who also lived an immoral life. Augustine engaged himself in dissolute living, meaning to say, Augustine was lacking in morals, and Augustine was licentious and disreputable. There is one priest who tried to console Monica by telling her, Monica, it is not possible that the son of so many tears should perish. And this thought strengthened Monica. For a while, Monica refused to let him eat and refused to let Augustine sleep in their house. And then one evening, there was a vision that assured Augustine would eventually embrace the Catholic faith. And from that time on, Monica stayed close to her son, praying and fasting for him. Saint Ambrose baptized Augustine, and Saint Monica died later that same year on the way back to Africa from Rome. My dear friends, through the tears, through the prayers of Monica, her son Augustine was finally converted to the Catholic faith. Monica is a symbol of patience, a symbol of perseverance in prayer. Her long years of prayer, coupled with a strong and well-disciplined character, finally led to the conversion of her ill-tempered husband, her quarrelsome mother-in-law, and her brilliant but wayward son, Augustine. Finally, the life of Monica is a lesson not only in patience and perseverance in prayer, but a lesson in fidelity to our Catholic faith in spite of sufferings and tribulations. Monica was unceasing in her prayers, especially for the conversion of Augustine, and she shed many tears for him. God listened to the prayers of Monica because God is a comforter of the sorrowful and the afflicted. God accepted Monica's offering of tears. God listens to the prayers of every sincere heart. It is not enough to say that God has a soft heart for weepers. A wonderful example for weepers, and it is a wonderful example and a reminder that God is a compassionate and listening Father. My dear friends, when everything seems hopeless, bring it to God. When everything seems hopeless, let God take care of the rest, but persevere in prayer. Be patient in tribulation. Be faithful until the end. Because, as one song goes, God will make all things beautiful again in His time. You know, God answers prayers in 3 different ways. God says yes, and then He gives you what He wants, or what you want. God says no, and then He gives you something better. God says wait, and He gives you the best.